Hello and welcome to the very first 8-minute hustle. In these small episodes, we're going to try and give you as much knowledge and some insight to everything that we do and even just our own thought process and to give you more value. I feel like these one-on-one sessions will be really good. So this one's going to be done by myself first. If you do like it, please share it to your story, rate and review it. I think these are going to be absolutely insane and you're going to get a ton of value from these. Now, over the week, I've been really debating what the first one I wanted to be was about, and I feel there's no better topic than something I've been journaling about and sort of really reflecting on, and I think you're going to get a ton of value from this, and I feel like my thoughts are very clear at this at the moment. I feel like we just came out of a pandemic, and now we're in a productivity pandemic. People are always feeling the need to do more, and everybody's getting to-do lists that constantly build up, right? And I'm sure you're guilty of this because I know I am, and your to-do list on a Monday starts with 4 things. Then you tick all them off, and on Wednesday, all of a sudden now it's up to 7. And by Friday, there's 12. And on Wednesday, you got the 7 done. And now on the Friday, you haven't got the 12 done. And now all of a sudden, you feel like a failure. Even though Monday, you ticked off 4 things. And now Friday, you done 11. But because you didn't hit all 12, you feel like a failure. And then you beat yourself up. You ask yourself, am I scrolling? Am I procrastinating? My productivity is not as good. And you affect your self-worth because you're no longer actually completing everything you've assigned yourself to do. Now, why we're in this problem is because Instagram is showing success. Money is everything that you should be chasing. And this is a major problem as well because everybody's saying you should be more productive, more time efficient. What I'm going to tell you is to do the exact opposite. Stop framing your expectations that you're going to get everything done in a fucking day. And what I want you to do is pick 1 to 3 main things. I usually like the idea of 1 rock and 2 pebbles that are going to move the needle in your life. And this is really straightforward. This can be something as simple as if you're building a business, post on Instagram, make another piece of content, and serve your clients if you're a coach. If you're trying to build a better life for yourself, you could something as simple as I want to read 10 pages of a book, I want to get up at 7 a.m. and I want to go to the gym for an hour. And that's it. And then whenever you tick off these goals, you build momentum. You can focus on your habits, your routines, and your rituals, and you don't stress yourself. So what happens a lot of the time is whenever we create these to-do lists, no matter how efficient we are, we'll keep adding things to the task. And it's because it's a to-do list. So one really important tip is to time block yourself. Because see, once you start giving yourself deadlines, you'll go an hour to go shopping is definitely not enough. I have to go drive to Tesco. I have to buy. I have to put the groceries away. So you'll end up giving yourself more time. You'll end up giving yourself less tasks. And then you feel more self-worth because you're actually completing what you've outlined to do. And you'll not stress yourself out because we have this real problem in society now where we're giving ourselves a million things to do that don't really matter. And a main problem with procrastination is it's not actually doing nothing. It's doing the wrong things. So to actually move the needle in your life, it's all about picking quality over quantity and picking what moves the needle in your life, whether it's spend time with your family rather than fuck about Instagram. And that's a very basic example. But another really good example of this is that you could have dishes to do. And yes, everybody needs to clean their house, but your mum calls in for a cup of tea. What is the more important decision for you? And then you feel guilty because your mum's called unexpectedly for a cup of tea, but you have to clean the house. What's really going to matter at the end of the day whenever you're lying on your deathbed? The fact your house was sort of clean or the fact your mum and you had a good quality connection because you prioritized that? And the problem is you're prioritizing the wrong things. I've done this. I've been guilty of it because you don't want to beat yourself up. But the problem is what you're framing to yourself is wiping you out mentally. And this can affect your self-worth, your self-acceptance. And then it creates this stress and this overwhelming pressure like you're getting pushed down on because you're not taking a moment to breathe, reflect, and go, I am actually asking too much of myself. Because on Instagram, you see this grind culture of up at 5 a.m., fucking meditate, take a cold dip, fucking do your ironing, then go and work 9 to 5, then work on your side hustle, hit the gym, get a 6-pack, get a really fit girlfriend. And you're just like, sweet mother of Christ, this is too much. And it's because you are literally tricked into that grass is greener mentality. And it is a productivity pandemic. We're trying to do too much of the wrong things rather than focusing on the right things to move the needle forward. So 1 big rock and 2 small rocks are really, really key. Because remember, when you write a to-do list, there's always going to be more on it. And if you're not careful, you're going to end up wrecking your head. So that is a really simple breakdown. Use time blocks. I would actually recommend apps like Opal if you're looking for productivity hacks. These are apps that lock you out of your actual apps like WhatsApp. You can set ones like, for example, with the gym, I can only log into Spotify and Opal. I think it's £8 a month or something, or £80 for the year. Not sponsored, I just really rate it. I have wee timers like these for whenever I'm doing work blocks so I know exactly how long they're going. I take breaks all the time. If you just constantly work through things, it's quantity over quality. Quality will always win. You might not feel like that, but what happens is you create this stress cycle, I call it. And what happens is you're stressed, you work, the work becomes shit, then you feel guilty and you end up doing more work. You get more stressed and you just go on this everlasting repeat of stress, overwork, shit quality work. You should take a break. That's all you need to do, or minimize the work you're doing, or remove tasks that don't matter. Then you reset. You're not as stressed and the work becomes good quality breaks and you feel far better for it. The problem is people feel guilty for not doing more. Doing more of the right things in your life is going to give you far more. And I want you to really, really think about that. That is probably some of the best insight I've got from journaling myself. It's a monologue I've been thinking about in the car on the way down. I hope it gives you a ton of value. Please let me know if it has, or let me know other topics you want me to sort of go over. And I will go more in depth on them. And it's not even going to be an 8-minute hustle. It's going to be like 6. Hope you find that useful. Please like, share, rate, and review. It'll be up on YouTube as well. And I hope you have a great week. Thank you.